Right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the virtual open day for media, video production, and journalism. If you haven't registered already for the open day, then there is a link in the chat box. Please feel free to register yourself so we can send you information about taster days and other events that will be coming up soon. Also to let you know, we are recording this session, so if you can please turn your microphones on mute and turn off your videos as well, please. We also have a link to the welcome video by our principal. The link is on the chat box, which you can watch at leisure. And now I will start the presentation.
Uxbridge College Virtual Open Day, take one.
Hi, my name's Mark Fowler. I'm the CTL for Media, Games and Journalism at Uxbridge College, and I would just like to welcome you to the Virtual Open Day event. Now, this department, we run various courses across Level 2 and Level 3, validated by UAL. Now, the courses we run are film and television, journalism and games design. Now, with film and television, we predominantly make practical projects such as documentaries and fiction pieces using state-of-the-art equipment, which are demonstrated behind in the studio. We have top-of-the-range sound kit, gimbals, stabilizers, obviously really good cameras, a fully working TV studio, and post-production facilities with top-of-the-range Apple Macs and Adobe software, and any additional equipment that you'd need to fully realise the production. With the journalism course, we have facilities, IT facilities for students to write and create blogs for online news reporting. And we also have the games design course, which has all the software you need to design and create your own sort of game. So the courses we offer, now we have two levels. We have level 2 media, TV and film, level 2 games design. We have level 3 media, TV and film, level 3 games design and level 3 journalism. Now you probably noticed that we don't have a level 2 journalism course. That's because the course is still pretty new. So we may be developing that in the near future. But I'll go through the difference between level 2 and level 3. Okay. So now level 2 is for students who leave school with 4 GCSEs, grade 3, or in old school grade D or above. And for level 3, it's 5 GCSEs between 9 to 4, basically grades A star to C. Now that means, depending on what you come out of school with, we will have a course that is suitable for the qualifications that you've gained at school. My personal advice is, if you are aiming for the 5 GCSEs at level 3, that will be what you need to aim for in school. But obviously not everyone gets the grades they like, but level 2 is there as a potential in case you haven't got the correct grades. Level 2s are 1-year courses, and the level 3s are 2-year courses. So what that means is, if you jump straight onto level 3 from school, you'll be at college for 2 years and then would look at higher education options. If you didn't get enough grades, then you would do the level 2 course for a year, and then that will be enough to feed you into the level 3 course. So it's given all the learners who, didn't get as good grades as they'd liked to be able to still come to Uxbridge and study with us. So what we do now, obviously as part of the creative industries, what we do is we equip you with the skills you need to be successful in higher education and employment. Now that is within the creative industries. Secondly, we develop your passion for producing media. Now what we strive for is taking students who have a passion for creativity, producing content for educational and entertaining purposes, and this could be online, it could be via on film, it could be TV, all these different elements which you'd be aiming to produce content for. We like to provide interesting and engaging courses. Obviously, lots of people love TV and film, and we bring that passion into the course. We inspire creative and hard work. Now, that is the key word again, creativity. Yes, we have some practical aspects of the course, we have academic aspects of the course, but one of the key things we really want to see and grow within learners is the creativity, to be able to create this content which is unique for the relevant target audience. And of course, we want to support you to achieve your goals. Whatever you're planning in the future, we are here to support that. And we want to help build a positive working environment. So when you come to the college, working within the media department, we have a lovely working environment where everyone is comfortable, everyone is safe, and they just like to work together to create lots of visual and video content, working in teams. And as well, we will look at enhancing your CV with work experience, which is relevant to the course that you're studying, which I'll talk a little bit more later in the presentation. Now, one of the first questions a lot of people ask is, right, I come to Uxbridge College, I get that grade, what next? Your typical progressions, the most common one is university. Apprenticeship is another one, students who don't really want to go to university, so apprenticeship schemes where you work in industry. And rare, but does happen, some students go straight into industry, and this could be through work experience where they've really impressed an employer and they decide to offer them a position at a TV studio or another media company. It's rare, but it does happen. And when it does happen, it's usually because of the focus of the student and how much they want and how much they've worked hard at that placement and really shown a real passion for filmmaking. Now, just to go through the content, now we've got 3 pathways. We are creative media, and within creative media, we have 3 separate pathways. Now, the first one, which I lead, is TV and film. Now, the content you study in the TV and film section is script writing, so you learn how to come up with a story, adapted to the screenplay format, so it's professional. And then when we move from there, we go on to the pre-production planning skills, which is all about planning your location shoot, health and safety, risk assessments to make sure that everyone's safe. Obviously, with the current situation we have at the minute, which I'm sure everyone's aware of, one of the key things students are doing at the minute in their pre-production plan is taking in consideration the sort of advice from the government in relation to COVID, and this feeds into pretty much every aspect of the production because we work outside of the college as well as in. We work with DSLR cameras. We've got some lovely 4K HD cameras, which students will learn how to use from very basic to advanced. Now, I just want to add, if you come to the college and you haven't got any experience or background in using cameras, or it doesn't matter, we take you from the beginning. So don't worry if you think, oh, I don't want to go there because I don't know how to use a camera. Don't worry. We take you and give you those skills from the outset. We also have Adobe's digital editing software, which is the newest version on Apple Macs, which are top spec as in they run like a dream, and you can have a really nice workflow where you're editing your production, editing your films, then outputting it for YouTube. It could be output for broadcast. There's so many different ways of outputting, especially because nowadays we have so many different ways of watching TV. We have a fully equipped TV studio with multi-camera setup, and it has a gallery, and we have a full green screen rig so students can do some chroma keying. Now, chroma keying is where it's a little bit like when you watch Harry Potter. Obviously, we know Harry Potter doesn't really fly on a broomstick, but we can do that with the green screen. And it's something that the students tend to have fun with as well. And although it's predominantly practical, we do have some theory-based work, which is where we analyse TV and film. Now, this is because you can't create really engaging and up-to-date content if you don't understand the workings behind it. So we'd look at films, television shows, who the target audience is. We'd look at the different themes that's within those shows and films. We look into music video, pretty much any visual format, so learners can not only understand and respect other practitioners' styles, but also develop their own as well. So it's quite a hands-on, practical, but also quite creative theory-based course. There's lots of elements in there. Okay. Now, the second course is Media Pathway Journalism. Now, the journalism course is predominantly creative writing, which is obviously, as you'll be aware, journalism nowadays, it's gone from just being in newspapers, it's actually moved to being online, through social media, Twitter, and all these other different sort of various forms. And you'll learn how to write for all those different outputs. We teach interview techniques, as in, for example, anyone can walk up to someone in the street and ask them questions. Anyone can do that. But to get a good interview, you need to know how to ask the right questions, how to have the right body language, and also being able to make someone comfortable to talk. And in some aspects, because we do a bit of practical work on that course, you may be doing a documentary where you'll have to go out and interview people in the street. And once again, part of this is the health and safety aspect of COVID, so social distancing. But you'll learn all those skills and you'll learn how to use the camera kit. We'll look at online journalism, like I said before, how to report online on Twitter, Facebook, all these different outputs. I mean, a lot of the journalism students have their own YouTube channels where they do their own news reports, but they do it on YouTube on their channel, and it's quite successful as well. We also deliver news reporting, so the students will at some point get the opportunity to work in the TV studio as presenters. So they will be the anchor as such, a bit like Piers Morgan and Susanna Reid on a morning on GMB. So they'll get to have that experience too. And also with the journalism course, with all courses, we focus a lot on employability. Because the creative industries, even though there was a lot of companies out there that want to take on new practitioners, a lot of it is involved in freelance work. So we set people up to work freelance and also potentially set up our own production company. So it's quite varied on what we do with that course. And finally, the games design course. Now, like I say, I'm not an expert, but I do know a good idea about what entails with the games design course. And like I said earlier, you're more than welcome to contact the college myself, and I'll be able to answer any questions by email. So some of the elements that games design, they do 3D modeling, 3D animation, 2D animation, which is pretty cool, and character design. And what they do is they actually design and create their own games. And students, it's very much a hands-on practical course, and as well as designing characters, designing worlds, it's really quite cool. And every time I go in the class, even though I don't teach the subject, I'm really intrigued by some of the work that these guys do. They work with the Unity 3D game engine. I'll tell you what that means, but I'll be pretending. Apparently it's to do with the processing of the game engines. And software they use is Autodesk Maya, which is an industry standard piece of software which students will get to use and learn and develop their ideas on. Now, just to talk a little bit about enrichment. Now, we pride ourselves in the media department to be able to give students as much real world experience and also educational visits. Now, obviously due to the current climate with COVID, we are minimal at the moment because of the fact that most places are shut. But hopefully, you know, once this ends, and I'm sure everyone's thinking the same thing, hopefully early next year, by the time we move into the next academic year, which is what you're hopefully going to be applying for, we'll have plenty of really cool educational visits where students can visit Harry Potter World, the one of the studio tour, museums within London, and we try to go to the Bradford Film Museum and other locations as well, such as Pinewood and other major studios. Just to mention as well, if you are applying for the course, we have bursaries and free meals, which are dealt with by student support, and they could help you if you're worried about any financial issues. Another thing that's really great at the college, and this is across all departments, is the support. You are supported by the team, you are supported by the support staff, and you're supported by everyone who works at the college in some form or other. And we're there if you ever need any help, without any issues at home. We're all there to support and help. And another thing we do is we have in-house film competitions. So students who make films, we shortlist them into a competition. It's kind of like its own little mini festival where students can win prizes. And that's something that really goes down well for your UCAS application if you're thinking about going to university. Okay.
Uxbridge College, C1, take one.
Dude, let's just keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Right, that brings us to the end of the presentation. Do we have any, if you have any questions, please do enter them into the chat and we'll try to answer them. In the meanwhile, just to let you know that if you'd like to apply for the course, then you can do that online. Just visit the course page on the website and click the Apply Now button. There are also all our other open day sessions that are running today. You are free to attend as many as you want. All the details are on our website on our open days page. I shall just wait to see if there are any questions.
If anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer.
All right, I think there are no questions, and the presentation was quite comprehensive. So thank you all for attending, and please do attend our other sessions also if you are interested. Thank you all.
Thank you.